All right. Well, I am going to talk tonight about blockchain basics and crypto. The leaders have been talking about different topics that we need to share or want to share. And I am, okay, there I am. And I am trying to figure out, as I was going through this, how I started in trying to learn about crypto. So I wanted everyone to be able to share this with people who may not be as knowledgeable. And I wanted to make sure that we give some basic definitions, and then there's a video I'm going to show. And at the end of this, we will have some discussion. I am not an expert at this, but I wanted to make sure that people understood something that I did not know. We wanted to have the leaders be participating and sharing with other people. So we want to make sure that everyone understands some basic knowledge of the crypto world and blockchain world. I'll mostly be talking about blockchain sports. I know we're in the Limitless part of life right now, but I started in Daisy. I did a small investment there. It has grown, and I really got more involved when I did blockchain. I was building my business before, and then when blockchain came, I was able to get more involved when Felice had told me about the opportunity. So again, I am not a financial advisor or a strategist. I just want to be able to help others. So I also want to share the disclaimer for blockchain sports and Limitless, because I don't want anybody to misunderstand what we are doing here. We are not an investment group or anything like that, but you can take a picture of this screen, or you can read through it, and then if you have any questions, get back with your leader or the person that brought you into the business, and they will discuss it with you. Okay, so again, as I said, we're going to talk about some definitions, and I dove into this by looking at a lot of videos. I just overwhelmed myself. I was up in the middle of the night when I couldn't sleep. I was showing it to my clients, and that's how I became more aware and knowledgeable about crypto and blockchain. A lot of the terms I was not familiar with. There's tons of information out there about it, but you have to do your due diligence and actually go and research for yourself. But we will get you started by showing some of the terminology. I have a few slides that I want to share with you about some terminology. Again, at the end of the discussion, if I get something wrong, for those who are more fluent in crypto or by blockchain, please share your knowledge so that we can capture it all in tonight's training. So here we go. So what is the difference between centralized and decentralized and blockchain? Centralized applications operate on a client-server model where the single entity controls the server, data, overall functionality. In contrast, decentralized applications, DApps, leverage blockchain or peer-to-peer networks, distributing controls and data across multiple nodes. So I also gave the source where I received this, so you can go back and you can see those searches and see if there's more information you want to know about this. Again, I have to give a disclaimer that I am not an expert, so I cannot use information from my own knowledge. I can just give an overview of what I've learned. And what I understand about decentralized, that information is basically in the crypto world, where we don't have controls that the governments have in the United States over the world, over our money. The centralized banking system and some of the crypto banking systems, they have certain for moving money in and out, they have certain standards that we have to abide by when we're trading or investing in the crypto world. All right, in blockchain, the concept of centralization refers to a system whereby all planning, decision-making, and action-taking activities are controlled by a particular or a single authority or platform. So again, that's where I was saying that the United States, they have a controlled system, and we have to abide. Some things we're able to participate in, and some things we are not able to participate in. Is blockchain.com centralized or decentralized? Blockchain is a cryptocurrency exchange that provides a wallet for currency users. The company calls it DeFi wallet. It is also called blockchain wallet by some. This wallet can store your crypto keys and give you access to blockchain's decentralized exchange. What are coins in blockchain? Coins are digital assets that are native to their own blockchain. They are independent and operate on their own network. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Monero are examples of coins. These coins exist on their own independent ledgers and can be sent, received, or processed. And that's what we're dealing with when we're hearing about the Atleta Coin from Blockchain Sports. What is an example of centralized blockchain? Centralized exchanges like Binance and Coinbase. And I think a lot of you all are familiar with both of those sources. And it is, Binance is one of the largest exchanges in the world. So I have learned a lot about it, but I still have some questions about it as well. Is Coinbase centralized or decentralized? Yes, Coinbase is centralized exchange. It is also publicly traded on the stock market and regulated by Securities and Exchange Commissions, FINRA, and other regulatory agencies in the US. What is cryptocurrency in blockchain? Cryptocurrencies, or crypto, are digital financial instruments exchanged and recorded on public ledgers known as blockchains that do not require central intermediaries, e.g. commercial banks, central banks, for clearing and settlement. So this is another area that I wasn't really familiar about, and I wanted to make sure that we understood the layers of the blockchain. Layer 1 is the basic layer of blockchain network, providing foundational work. Layer 2 is an overlay network on top layer 1 and enhances scalability and adds features. Layer 3 hosts real-world applications and executes tasks. So I also went in and broke down each one of these layers. What is layer 1 in blockchain? A layer 1 blockchain is based on a level of blockchain architecture. Layer 1 blockchains validate and execute transactions without support from another network and reimburse transaction fees and currencies. What is layer 2 or layer 1 blockchain? Layer 1 refers to base blockchain protocols such as Bitcoin or Ethereum, while layer 2 refers to a third-party protocol built to have integrated functionality with the base blockchain. There it is. That is it. If you want high-level overview, that's pretty much all you need to know. So basically, from what I understand, and I'm not sure, but when you have Bitcoin or Ethereum, I'm looking at Atleta Coin using one of those platforms so that we can trade our money, use our money to purchase the Atleta Coin down the line. Again, if I'm not correct in that, please let's talk about it at the end of this conversation. So they need to have a base. That's how we were able to transfer our money into TronLink, and we were able to use one of those platforms so that we could actually trade our money from USD to USDT. What is blockchain layer 3? Layer 3 blockchain leverages off-chain computation and novel consensus mechanisms to achieve scalability and interoperability for decentralized applications. A lot of this is, like I said, over my head, but I think I understand where it's coming from. But I just want to make sure that we understand that we are building our layers so that we can protect ourselves in the layer 3 blockchain. Is Bitcoin layer 0 or 1? Examples of layer 1 blockchain include Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano. These blockchains handle transactions processing and network security through a shared consensus mechanism, such as proof of work or proof of stake. What is the number one blockchain? Binance is recognized as the world's leading blockchain ecosystem, featuring a comprehensive product suite that includes the largest digital asset exchange globally. Its mission is to serve as infrastructure provider for the future of cryptocurrency. What are blockchain nodes and how do they work? A network node is a connection point in a communication network. Each node is an endpoint for data transmission and redistribution. Nodes have either a programmed or engineered capability to recognize, process, and forward transactions to other network nodes. What is the node in a blockchain? A blockchain node is any device that runs a blockchain's protocol software and connects to its network. Nodes are moderators and builds the infrastructure of decentralized network, essentially acting as stakeholders for the blockchain itself. And as you know, we have had a lot of videos and short videos about nodes and what they do. And we know that the nodes make the coin. So I'm going to say the Atleta Coin because that's what blockchain sports is working on. Who owns the blockchain nodes? At its core, blockchain technology is really a decentralized public ledger. This means that no single individual or company can control or own it. Instead, everyone involved in operating a blockchain, which is just about anyone who owns a copy of that ledger and has access to added transactions to it. Do Bitcoin nodes make money? While mining nodes can earn rewards in the form of Bitcoins by creating new blocks, full nodes and responsibilities for verifying and confirming transactions without receiving any financial reward. This separation of tasks contributes to the security and efficiencies of the entire network. What is the difference between mining and the nodes? The difference is in function. A node is a wallet user who has partial copy of the blockchain stored. A miner is someone who helps developing the blockchain by actively mining blocks and validating, verifying, and storing transactions on the blockchain. A miner can be a node. A node isn't necessarily a miner. How many nodes can be part of the same blockchain? Thousands of nodes can be active at the same time, and some blockchains, anyone may run a node by downloading a blockchain's transaction history. What are blockchain wallets? Blockchain.com is a cryptocurrency exchange that provides a wallet for cryptocurrency users. The company calls it DeFi wallet. It's also called blockchain wallet by some. This can store your crypto keys and give you access to blockchain's decentralized exchange. What is TronLink wallet? TronLink wallet offers direct access to hundreds of decentralized applications from the Tron ecosystem while streaming one chain transactions. TronLink wallet is officially endorsed by the Tron Foundation as a trusted platform to interact with the blockchain, Tron exchange. What are coins in blockchain? Coins are digital assets that are native to their own blockchain. They are independent and operate on their own network. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Monero, XMR are the examples of coins. And I guess the BTC and the ETH that's the short version of, that's what their symbols are on the digital platform. These coins exist on their own independent ledgers and can be sent, received, or processed. Do Bitcoin nodes make money? While mining nodes are earned rewards from the Bitcoins by creating new blocks, full nodes are responsible for verifying and confirming transactions without receiving any financial reward. This separation of tasks contributes to the security and efficiency of the entire network. What is token versus coins in blockchain? The difference between coins and versus tokens are subtle but significant. A coin is always native to its blockchain, and there can only be one native token for any chain. Tokens, however, built on top of an existing network, meaning one blockchain can have multiple tokens. What are tokens used for? Tokens have a huge range of potential functions, from helping make decentralized exchanges possible to selling rare items in video games, but they can also be traded and held like any other cryptocurrency. Token is a word that you hear a lot in cryptocurrency. What are digital tokens? Some refer to crypto tokens, digital coin, or often simply token or coin, a digital representation of a value or rights that is offered and sold for the purpose of facilitating access to, participation in, or development of a distributed ledger, blockchain, or other digital data structures. What are smart contracts on the blockchain and how do they work? A smart contract is a self-executing program that automates and the actions required in blockchain transaction. Once completed, the transactions are trackable. Here's an example of blockchain contracts. You can't see it that well, but you can pull it up so that you can actually see how it breaks down, so you can see how the contracts. When we were purchasing our products from blockchain, you could see how Atleta, Blockchain Sports had the Atleta Coin set up, so we can see how we're signing with our digital codes and with our passwords to TronLink or Token Pocket. And Token Pocket is another transaction source where we can trade our money using TRX or using USDT. Smart contracts are digital agreements stored on the blockchains that automatically execute when predefined conditions are met. They are written in a virtual language and can enforce themselves autonomously. Smart contracts are used in many sectors, including banking, insurance, governments. And here's how they work. They have an agreement. Parties agree to the terms and conditions. Creation, the smart contract is created. Deployment, the contract is deployed to the blockchain. Trigger, the predetermined conditions are met. Execution, the contract is automatically executed. And action, the contract performs the action such as transferring ownership of the token. So towards the end, we're in the process of the last three, the trigger, the execution, and the action of blockchain, because they're still setting up contracts with people and partners, and we're waiting for them to execute it so we can have action and receive our money and see it start growing. So these are some resources, but I want to show a video that explains everything that I just said about blockchain. And then we will come back and we will start having a discussion and asking questions. So hold on one second. I'm going to go to my next screen, and then I would like to start this video.
Do you remember the moment when crypto started making sense to you? For me, it was when I realized that there was much more to cryptocurrency than just Bitcoin. There are thousands of other coins, tokens, and decentralized applications with their own unique use cases and characteristics. Now, I remember that when I first tried telling my friends and family about this enormous ecosystem, it flew right over their heads. And that's part of why I decided to start this channel. Education is the key to the mass adoption of cryptocurrency, but the start of that crypto learning curve can be steep for the fiat sheep. Concepts like blockchain, mining, and staking are hard to understand and even harder to explain in simple terms, as I'm sure many of you can attest. This can be a problem when you're trying to help your friends, family, and significant other understand where all your money is going and why. So, that's why today I'm going to tell you how to explain complex crypto concepts in a way they will understand, and even how to answer the questions and address the concerns you're likely to get. Before we proceed, there is a disclaimer you must heed. I am going to tell you many things today, but none of it is financial advice because that would be lame. I prefer to give you the knowledge you crave to find your own way out of being a wage slave. If this is your first encounter with the Bureau, my name is Guy and I'm a crypto hero. I put the highest quality crypto content on this site to counter the FUD and the Moonboy hype. News, reviews, coins, tokens, tutorials, tools, and more. It all comes jam-packed with entertainment, so you won't get bored. If you want to join me in my crypto fight, subscribe to the channel and ping the notification bell that shows up on the right. If you look down, you'll see there are a bunch of timestamps in the video timeline that you can use to skip around. Remember that watching the whole way through will help this content get found. Well, that's my intro shtick. Now let me tell you how you can help others make crypto click. If my personal experience is anything to go by, the first question you probably get when you start talking about cryptocurrencies with friends and family is, what the hell is cryptocurrency? Well, here's how I answer that question. Put simply, cryptocurrencies are like regular currencies, except they're entirely digital. Each individual cryptocurrency coin is fundamentally just a collection of numbers and letters. This sounds complicated, but it's actually not far off from what we see with currencies today. Here's what I mean by that. Almost every physical money bill on the planet has a unique serial number. This serial number corresponds to information like when the bill was printed, where it was printed, and so on. In theory, a record of all money bills that have ever been printed and where they are is kept by a central bank, which shares this information with smaller banks and the government. If you have a debit card or credit card, you'll know that you have an account number on there as well. You also have a password or PIN number that you use to access the money in that account. Your bank branch knows your account number and your name because you had to provide your personal information to open an account. This info is also shared with the central bank and government. Now, let's say you have a $20 bill with the serial number ABC, and your bank account number is 123. When you deposit that bill into your bank account, your bank branch, the central bank, and the government will see and confirm that the $20 bill ABC has been moved into bank account number 123. This is almost exactly how cryptocurrencies work. Each individual cryptocurrency coin is like the serial number you see on a physical bill, just without the physical bill. Just like regular bills, almost every cryptocurrency can be divided into smaller pieces. In the case of Bitcoin, each BTC can be divided into 100 million pieces called satoshis, which are like cents to a dollar. A cryptocurrency wallet address is like a bank account, except that there's no physical card that goes along with it. It's just an account number. Because you don't need to provide any personal information to create a cryptocurrency wallet, this means that your identity is not attached to your crypto wallet like a bank account is. Most importantly, any cryptocurrency held in your personal wallet is held directly by you, not custodied by a bank like regular money in a bank account. This means that nobody can shut down your cryptocurrency wallet or block your transactions because you have total control over that account at all times. Now, the trade-off here is that if you lose access to your cryptocurrency wallet or forget to write down the recovery phrase you get when you make one, well, you'll lose your cryptocurrency forever. Instead of banks and the government keeping track of everyone's bills and bank account balances, these records are stored across all the computers connected to a cryptocurrency network. These transactions and account balances are public and can be viewed by anyone using something called a blockchain explorer. Because computers can earn cryptocurrency for processing transactions on a cryptocurrency network, this incentivizes more computers to join the network to process transactions and earn cryptocurrency. This makes cryptocurrency networks secure because there is no single point of failure. This is called decentralization, and it's the polar opposite of the centralized setups of governments and banks. Now, in case you didn't put two and two together, that means the digital currencies banks around the world are creating are not cryptocurrencies. They're creating a seriously dystopian payment network. Be sure to tell them that the Coin Bureau has a video about that on their YouTube channel, and it's in the top right here. Once you've blown their minds with that analogy, you'll probably get questions about Bitcoin and Dogecoin and any other cryptocurrencies they've heard about. Here's what I would say. While you've probably heard of Bitcoin and Dogecoin, there are actually thousands of cryptocurrencies, just like there are hundreds of different regular currencies: US dollars, euros, Chinese yuan, and so on. The crazy thing is that every cryptocurrency is different, and not all of them are designed to be a currency you would actually use for everyday transactions. Broadly speaking, there are two types of cryptocurrencies: coins and tokens. Now, cryptocurrency coins belong to cryptocurrency networks that were built from the ground up. And by from the ground up, I mean that someone spent a lot of time and a lot of money putting together the code required to create a safe and reliable cryptocurrency network. Cryptocurrency coins are the cryptocurrencies given to computers when they process transactions for a cryptocurrency network. For example, BTC is a cryptocurrency coin because the Bitcoin network was built from the ground up, and BTC is given to the computers that process transactions for the Bitcoin network. Because cryptocurrency networks are so hard to make from scratch, only a few dozen cryptocurrencies are actually coins. The rest are cryptocurrency tokens. In contrast to cryptocurrency coins, crypto tokens are easy to make and can often be created in a matter of minutes with little to no effort. This is why there are tens of thousands of tokens. The NFTs you keep hearing about are actually cryptocurrency tokens that are like digital certificates of ownership for physical or digital art pieces. NFTs are just the tip of the iceberg of what you can do with tokens as well. For example, there's a company called Circle that issues a cryptocurrency token called USDC. USDC is fully backed by real US dollars, which means that for every one USDC in circulation, Circle has $1 US in the bank. You can create USDC by giving them your dollars and redeem your dollars with USDC. Another company called Paxos issues a cryptocurrency token called PaxG. Each PaxG token is backed by 1 troy ounce of gold kept in a vault here in London, and you can redeem PaxG tokens for real physical gold or US dollars. The best part is that both Circle and Paxos are fully regulated in the United States and regularly audited to make sure they have the appropriate number of reserves on hand backing their tokens. How's that for security? Now, speaking of security, the most important thing to remember about cryptocurrency tokens is that a lot of them are nothing more than scams. This is primarily because cryptocurrency tokens are so easy to create. All a scammer needs to do is create a token, set up a fancy website, pay for a few ads on social media, pay a few news outlets to feature their shitcoin, and they can get rich off crypto noobs overnight. Naturally, the next question your crypto-curious compatriots are likely to croak is a timeless classic. Are cryptocurrencies safe? After all, I heard they're used by scammers and criminals, and I keep reading about all of these cryptocurrency hacks. Well, this is usually my response to these sorts of questions and comments. Whether a cryptocurrency is safe or not ultimately depends on the context. For starters, not all cryptocurrencies are created equal. Some cryptocurrencies are built to prioritize speed over security, and usually the consequences of that play out quite quickly. Luckily for us, there are always hackers somewhere looking to crack cryptocurrency networks so they can trick them into creating new coins or tokens out of thin air to sell for a fancy profit. Now, this might sound scary, but it's no different to what happens to banks and corporations on a daily basis. When hackers succeed, the affected company usually beefs up its cybersecurity. The same goes for cryptocurrencies. This means that most cryptos that have been around for years are robustly battle-tested as a consequence of always being under attack by bad actors. If you're not convinced, well, consider this. As I mentioned earlier, some cryptocurrency networks are made up of computers spread out around the world that are constantly double-checking transaction histories and account balances. If you wanted to corrupt a cryptocurrency network, you would have to hack more than half of all the computers connected to the network at the same time in order to do it. This is impossible to do if you have a cryptocurrency network like Bitcoin that has millions of computers spread around the world. That said, some cryptocurrency networks have fewer computers processing transactions and are therefore more vulnerable to attack. The same rule applies to centralized cryptocurrency services like cryptocurrency exchanges, which is where most crypto hacks have happened. These are much easier and more lucrative to exploit than an individual cryptocurrency wallet, which is insanely secure. That's why you should always keep your crypto on your own personal wallet wherever possible, and only keep it on an exchange when you're trading or cashing out. And when it comes to self-custody, nothing beats a hardware wallet. I have a list of the best ones on the market, which you can watch by hitting that link in the top right. When it comes to criminal activities, it is true that ransom demands made by hackers often involve some kind of cryptocurrency. While the cryptocurrency these hackers demand is often Bitcoin, they almost always exchange that Bitcoin for a privacy-oriented cryptocurrency like Monero as soon as they can. This is because Bitcoin and most other cryptos have publicly viewable transactions and wallet balances. This makes Bitcoin transactions very easy to trace by authorities, even more than regular currencies. So it makes no sense for criminals to actively use and hold a currency that's so easily tracked. Cryptocurrencies like Monero are completely private, and even the US government can't crack its encryption, which is seriously impressive if you think about it. In sum then, the overwhelming majority of cryptocurrencies are not used for criminal purposes. There are just a handful of cryptos that are actively used by criminals. The real risk when it comes to crypto relates to investing. Cryptocurrencies are extremely volatile, meaning their prices can go up or down by up to 50% in a day. Investing too much in crypto can be extremely dangerous, especially when you push your luck with something called leverage trading, which basically uses borrowed money. That's why you should only invest what you're willing to lose and not a penny more. Not financial advice, of course. Assuming it hasn't been asked already, the next question that will land in your lap will be along the lines of, why are cryptocurrencies so volatile? What gives them any value to begin with? Here's my counter. What gives the money in your wallet or in your bank any value? Now, once upon a time, it was backed by gold, but that changed, and since then, all state-issued currencies around the world have been losing value. This is because the only thing that backs dollars and euros is ultimately the trust we have in the governments that issue those currencies, and that trust has been eroding for decades. Not only that, but governments have been actively printing and manipulating their currencies to benefit themselves and the corporations that fund them at the expense of the average person. This has caused record levels of inflation that incentivizes spending over saving, which leads to overconsumption and causes the sort of environmental catastrophes they claim to want to stop. You can direct them to my video on the massive fiat Ponzi if they want further context. Anyways, after that rant, I usually go on to address the actual question. Cryptocurrencies are valuable because of what they do. Obviously, this value changes depending on which cryptocurrency we're talking about. Bitcoin has value because its BTC coin has an economic profile similar to gold. It has a maximum supply and only a small amount of BTC is created each day, and that amount is cut in half every 4 years. Assuming demand for Bitcoin stays the same over time, this would lead to a doubling of Bitcoin's price every 4 years. However, demand for Bitcoin has increased over time as we realize how weak regular currencies can be, and this awareness has been enhanced by the current pandemic. As basic economics dictate, when something has a limited supply but the demand for it continues to increase, prices inevitably rise. Many investors also see Bitcoin as a safe place to park your capital outside of the current financial system, including me. One important thing to note is that most other cryptocurrencies are highly correlated to Bitcoin, meaning their prices are reliant on what BTC does. Even though that's the case, some cryptos such as Ethereum have insane value due to the utility they provide. The Ethereum network can be used to create those cryptocurrency tokens I was talking about earlier, and you can even create decentralized applications and websites that can't be censored or shut down. All transactions related to creating and moving tokens and interacting with these applications require Ether to pay for gas fees. This means the demand for ETH rises as the Ethereum network gains adoption, and Ethereum has seen some serious adoption. Visa is testing payments on the Ethereum network using that USDC token I mentioned earlier, and the European Central Bank even issued a bond on the Ethereum blockchain. Now, the reason why the value of BTC, ETH, and every other cryptocurrency fluctuates so much each day is because basically nobody knows what these technologies are actually worth. The prices of stocks and gold and even regular currencies fluctuate every day for the same reason, but cryptocurrencies are much more volatile because what they do is revolutionary. Cryptocurrency networks make it possible to lend, save, and borrow without an identity, credit score, or bank. They make it possible to do business directly with other people without a middleman taking a cut, meaning service giants like Uber and tech giants like Facebook could become obsolete. They make it possible for communities to pool their funds together and vote on how they should be spent, which could eventually cut out the needs for governments and their crooked politicians. You could even say that cryptocurrencies are the equivalent of a powerful alien technology that threatens the dominance of the powers that be. Now, this potential makes the average crypto investor very emotional. The slightest possibility of a clampdown on crypto results in a market crash, and the most outlandish rumor can lead to a massive market pump. In the longer term, however, you can see that crypto is growing, and that growth is unlikely to stop anytime soon. Now, by this point in time, you've probably more or less convinced your cohort that crypto is pretty legit, and that means there's only one question they have left to ask you. Which cryptocurrencies should I buy? Well, before you answer that question, you must remember to emphasize that nothing you tell them is financial or investment advice. Otherwise, you could end up in court if their crypto investments go south. And even if you're legally covered, you could still find yourself eating a knuckle sandwich or two if your guidance directs their greed to a financial gutter. That's why I usually respond with the following. Which cryptocurrencies you decide to invest in boils down to your timeline and risk tolerance. In terms of timeline, the cryptocurrency market seems to follow a 4-year cycle. We're currently in the bull market phase, which is where prices gradually rise. The crypto bull market could end as soon as this fall and as late as early 2022, and the likelihood that you will sell your cryptocurrencies when they're at their highest prices is slim to none. Although most cryptos have seen most of their gains for this bull market, a 2 to 3x return on investment is still possible, and it's even more likely if you decide to hold until the next crypto bull market. Fun fact, buying and holding cryptocurrency will give you about the same amount of profit as actively trading crypto, which I don't recommend you do unless you plan on making it your full-time job. When it comes to risk tolerance, it might sound a bit funny considering cryptocurrencies are risky investments, but there are varying degrees of risk even within the crypto market. Logically, the more risk you're willing to take, the greater reward you stand to gain. Now, the easiest way to measure risk and reward is to look at a cryptocurrency's market cap. This is an extremely important metric to check because the dollar value of cryptocurrencies can be misleading. A cryptocurrency's market cap is calculated by the current value of that coin or token times its circulating supply. The reason why Dogecoin is ranked so high is because it has a circulating supply of 130 billion. And when you multiply that by Dogecoin's 30-cent price, you get a $40+ billion market cap. Now, you might think that Dogecoin presents you with an easy opportunity to get rich quick, but getting to just $1 would require an additional $80 billion of active investment, and that isn't all that likely to happen. As a rule of thumb, the smaller the market cap, the more potential that cryptocurrency has to grow, regardless of its dollar value. That's because it takes less money to increase its value. Now, to use an extreme example, Yearn Finance's Wi-Fi token is worth more than Bitcoin, but its market cap is 20 times smaller than Dogecoin's, meaning it would take less capital to push up the price of Wi-Fi. With the exception of Dogecoin and a couple of others, most of the cryptocurrencies in the top 10 by market cap could be considered low-risk investments. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano are likely to be around for many years, and they will likely double, if not triple in price before this bull market is over. The other 90 cryptocurrencies in the top 100 could still see gains of 3 to 5x, But the further you move down the list, the riskier the investment becomes because it also takes less capital to crash their price. I would personally stay away from any crypto that isn't among the top 200 by market cap because most of the quality projects have already come out of the woodwork, and going any further is just gambling. If you come across any cryptocurrencies that spark your interest, you can learn about those by watching videos about them on an awesome cryptocurrency YouTube channel called The Coin Bureau. You can tell them to start with my video about how to do your own research, which you can find using the link in the top right. Well, that's all for today's tutorial on how to talk to no-coiners about cryptocurrency.
So this was some basic information that I had pulled together. Like I said, I am not an expert, so I can't really freely talk about crypto. As we went through blockchain, like I said, I learned a lot in a 4-month, 5-month period. And with the help of my leaders, this was a great experience. And now we're into Limitless. And so I did have a couple of questions that came up this week from my team, and I just wanted to throw it out there and see if you all had any comments or anything. And this is how I answered her when she asked me these questions. Are drift packs payouts for the U.S. residents as well? And I did tell her yes. So it was some confusion about what was happening with that. And then if so, I purchased an original pack, one at $1,000. Do I qualify for the payout? Which I told her yes. And must I purchase a new drift pad or packet for the app or Telegram game to receive a payout? And based off what I understood, they are still able to receive a payout regardless. It helps if you do get a drifters pack. I think that's how they're calling it, drifters pack. You get double if you purchase one of those. If U.S. residents qualify for a payout, what is the process to receive the payouts? What exchange is suggested we use? And we are going to get the payouts. And I told her that we're going to use the TronLink, and we can use Paybis. And I think Kraken was one of the, and I haven't done any of that, but I'm assuming that since we can't use CoinZoom anymore. So that was the way that I understood that to come back, that we receive our payouts once they start attributing that, but I'm not sure about that. Her last question was, for the nodes purchased through BCS Pad, the coins minted at 27 cents, does that affect or change the projected $5.50 for the minted coins from the nodes purchased from the original packs through Limitless? And I'm assuming the value goes up, but because of the people who are coming in later, but I'm not exactly sure how that works. And if somebody could help me with those questions, would you be able to explain that a little bit better? Because I'm not familiar with that, how the 27 compares to the 25%.
Right. Yolanda, I'll address the second one.
Okay. Who is that? Michael?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Sorry, I'm on camera, but
that's okay.
Can you hear me good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So the second question was about getting your money from the royalties or whatever from the drift packs.
Yes.
And yeah, spot on. If you already had a drift pack, you still get to participate in the weekly. And if you do one of the new drift packs, then yes, you get double. But to claim it, you just simply go into your TronLink, go to Discover like we do for all of the stuff that we work with, and then go to packs.bcs pad.io. Got to remember my website here. So the one you'd go to under profile, near the bottom, you'll see where you made your earnings. And then there'll be what you have and then what's available to claim, just like it was back in Limitless for
right.
me. And so on, if it's available under claim, which usually it varies, but usually about 24 hours. But so depending on what's going on, it may take a couple of days before it
Mhm.
shows up on the claim. And then once you click that you want to claim it, you'll pay a small transaction fee. That's where your TRX is going to come in handy. And
Right.
then move it over into your TronLink.
Yes.
So once you do the claim and it moves over into TronLink, now you get to do whatever you want to do with it. And of course from there, the way to get it into your bank account to pay your electric bill is you have to have an exchange. Right now in the US, there's a few, but where we were using CoinZoom, just like you had mentioned, it's not that it's not available in the US, something's going on in Texas, and it's a
Yes.
temporary situation. It's going to go away. But I would
Ooh,
say, and this is just CoinZoom did say it was temporary. And I
okay.
about 2 days ago, and it still wasn't working in Texas. So
Okay.
I was hoping maybe they got it all fixed. So my go-to right now, this is just Michael's personal opinion, is Kraken. So Kraken in the US works pretty good. Uh, Pretty much anything that comes into Kraken in a lot of cases has a 7-day wait period. And then once that 7 days is over, you can do whatever you want to with it. And so that means moving it into your bank. So that's one way to go with that. Hit me again on the third question. I remember I knew the answer, but I couldn't.
Yeah, can we talk about that a little bit? I'm sorry, I don't mean to jump in.
Go ahead.
But I'm going to reread it. It says, if U.S. residents qualify for the payout, what is the process to receive the payout? And then the second part of that question is, what exchange is suggested we use? And so, Michael, go ahead and then I'll jump in if necessary for that one, because I
All
think
right.
there's a bit of a confusion there.
Yeah, the exchange that I'm recommending is Kraken.
Well,
Mhm.
and I think, but I think I'm not sure that that's really the question, because they're asking, if we qualify, what's the payout? So the
Oh,
payout comes through the back office through blockchain. So the
right,
payout is in USDT from
right,
blockchain, right?
right,
Okay, and so there's no exchange to use except that you go into your back office, as you just stated, to claim, hit the claim button, and then that USDT goes into your wallet.
right,
Okay, so again, there's no exchange to use to get your payout from from
Right.
the from the package, from your passive in, or I guess your referral income, if you will, um, because you purchased that drift pack or the drifters package.
right,
So you would go to the new platform, the BCS pad or whatever it is,
right.
.io, and you'd go into that back office to claim your rewards from
Right.
those packages, right?
That's correct.
And so
Right.
just like we claimed our referral money back in the Limitless blockchain back
Exactly.
office, we do
Yeah,
the exact same thing on the new platform.
exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And me talking to her, she was wondering how do we get it out of there
Okay.
also, because I did explain the back
I see
office
that.
for
Okay.
both of them. They're two separate ones, but she was wondering how do we get our money out if we want
Out.
to get our money.
Yeah.
So
Out back into the
yeah,
bank. Okay.
correct.
Okay. That
Hmm.
kind of makes more
Yeah,
sense to
because
me.
I did show her both platforms, and she didn't have her
Don't
second
know.
one up, so that made a lot
Mhm.
of sense. So yeah,
Okay, so yeah,
yeah.
that makes sense. Is that
Hmm.
once you claim it and get it into your wallet, then as Michael has said, you will then take it, and the easiest right now would be Kraken, right?
Right. Okay. All right. The other question I would like to have explained is the 27 cent and the 25 cent.
Mm-hmm,
Can you explain that, Michael, or someone else?
mm-hmm,
Absolutely.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
they first did what's called a pre-sale. And so the pre-sale was at bcspad.io. And in the pre-sale, you could go in just directly buy the Atleta coin for 25 cents,
Correct.
a minimum of $25 purchase. So do the math.
mm-hmm.
Yes.
And so you could buy as many as you wanted. So you had the coin. So as soon as the coin's released, you have that coin, probably day one, day two, it's going to double. I don't know, it's speculation on that one. So that's just purchasing the coin. The second option that came out just a few days later, really, I mean, it was after that, is
Yes.
that they decided to reanimate the node pack only and basically make them even a little better. So the node pack onlys is you could get node pack 1 through, was it 7? I don't remember.
Yes.
We all go way back to 7 at
Mhm.
the original price. And so with that, you had the ability to have that node create I'm about to say it wrong, create the coins,
Yes.
create the coins, the Atla coins.
Mhm.
And so based on the number of coins that a particular node would create, they estimated that the value based on what you were paying for that node would equate to about 27 cents a coin. But you also had the ability for that node to do transaction processing. To me, I'll take the 27 over 25 all day long to get the extra transaction fees. So I would, personally, I went in and I bought some of the 25-cent coins and I was happy I got them. And then they introduced the node pack onlys with transactions and coins. And I was like, dang, I would have rather done that. So in my opinion, personal opinion, I would rather do the node pack that creates the coins and also has the transactions as opposed to just getting the coins. Now, if you can do both, that's great too, because the chances are things are going to go up.
Okay, great.
And just on that projected, the projected $5.50, we as the participants really don't have any clue as to that projected $5.50. And I guess what we need to say is that projected price has not changed.
That's correct. Yes.
The
Yes,
projected price has not changed. So, of course, with all the wonderful things, we project that things are going to go better than that. But the projected price, whether you bought the 25-cent coin or the 27-cent coin, the projected price has not been changed from the $5.50.
Yeah.
So do you think
I am also trying to put the links for the two videos that I actually use. So were there any other questions?
So the links, and of course, Michael said, awesome video. And Zip did have that question too of, can you put the link of that?
I'll also mention, I watched the video, I didn't see the date on it. I'm looking forward to get the actual link.
It's pretty recent. It's pretty recent.
Well, one is from 3 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, they were pretty, but they gave good information. That's why I liked it. So I'm getting ready to put one of the links in now because I have to actually go to the website.
Just to reiterate what was talked about in that video, he kept talking about blockchains and level 1 and not so on and so forth.
Right.
I'll just reiterate, and I'm pretty sure I heard Yolanda say this. We are a blockchain level 1. So we're one of the
layer 1 blockchain, and we and we're over our time. So if I'm so sorry for that, but just to answer that or put just a little bit more information on that, because Yolanda, you had a bit of a question for us. The Atla coin is on its own blockchain like Bitcoin.
Right. Okay. So, because I know they build it from the ground up. So okay.
So we're a layer 1 blockchain.
Okay.
So Atla coin is a coin and not a token.
Right. Right.
So it does go on its own. And there was another question, but I kind of forget the little nuances. And so I don't want to rush anybody off this call, but we are at the hour, and I did promise that we were going to stick to the 60 minutes. But unless you have another burning question, we're going to go ahead and thank you so much. First of all, Yolanda, you did a stellar job, as I knew that you would.
Thank you. Thank you.
I knew it is a lot of information, and again, it's the water hose, and you're still and all of this information because it's
Oh
so
my
it's so
goodness.
vast.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So I appreciate the effort that you put in that. I know, tons of value was shared here tonight. And I just suggest for each of you, like I just said, it is the fire hose coming at you. So watch this video again. And Lisa, I see your hand, so I'll make sure we get to you. Or go ahead and unmute yourself. Yes, look over this information and definitely go to the links that Yolanda has put in the chat and watch those videos, a couple of times because
Yes, more than a couple. And they have
so
great information out there. I was overwhelmed because I was trying to figure out how do I put this together so it can make sense. I tried to go follow the videos, the two videos that I use. The other one is excellent as well. They really break down crypto, and I want to use it with people that know nothing about it because, again, I came in just green and did not understand what I was doing. I'm calling Felice, calling Gina, calling Richard. I'm like, what is going on? But I kind of digested pretty good, but I cannot regurgitate it. So again, I appreciate you all being on the call and helping me with the answers.
Let's get to Lisa's question really quick.
Oh,
Lisa, can you go ahead and unmute and tell us what you...
Sure. Yeah. And it's not so much a question. First, great job, Yolanda. Great information that you compiled and finding those videos. I saw that you dropped them here. I don't know if you would mind dropping them in the WhatsApp group also.
Okay.
That would be fantastic. The thing I was just going to mention is on that second video that you played, he was talking about, and I'm like, oh, he's talking about currently because I've started following quite a few crypto people on Instagram, and they're all talking about the bull run that's starting and leading into 2025. And it was talking about the 4-year cycles and stuff. And I thought he was going to say, and going into 2025, he actually said this fall or 2022. So it was, it was a little bit, dated from that, but I was just going to mention to everybody, it's like, if you're not aware of what the experts are saying about the bull run that's starting up right now, I would just encourage people, go do some more research on your own and see. I mean, it's like, man, I wish we had a whole lot more money just sitting around to stock into some of this because it is absolutely exciting. I mean, like, oh my gosh, there's just so much good information out there on what's happening in the crypto space and learning more about what the altcoins are, which, come to find out, that's really what I guess anything other than Bitcoin is, but certainly what Atla is. And so anyway, it's just really exciting, everything that's happening. So anyway, thank you again for doing this. And I just wanted to mention that little parallel I saw.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah. So I'm going to get in big trouble because there were some things I was supposed to share with you guys about our resources. And if you will just bear with me for just a second, because, I too thought this was just stellar information. And I really wanted to just quickly just tell you about, if you haven't gone ahead and registered for Limitless 2025, you should do that as quickly as possible. And I just wanted to give you a couple of resources right quick. Take snapshots of your screen. This is the Limitless Facebook group, and all of those links, Telegram, and all of that. So quickly, please take a picture of that. And then I'm going to show you the next one, which is our group for Daisy. Those are the resources that you can access those as well for more information. I think we're going to have soon some updated information about Daisy is coming. And then, of course, blockchain sports. Definitely get on the Telegram channels. There's lots of information there. And of course, the YouTube videos. If you will, take a screenshot of that really quickly. And then last but not least, just talking about Limitless in and of itself, the Facebook group, or Telegram and YouTube. So take pictures of those, if you will, and keep those for your references. Of course, you know, all of our WhatsApp channels and everything will keep you informed too, or Telegram, yeah, WhatsApp and Telegram.
Okay, real quick, I wanted to share my screen with my resources also. And I have it in the chat, but just so we can have it again in the video, so people, when they actually can go to the replay of this video, they'll have it there. And then, let's see, that, and I was trying to go to the next screen, but I guess it's not going to go. So that's
Can
all
you
I want to make sure.
put those in the chat as
Yeah,
well.
those are the two that's in the chat.
Okay.
I just wanted to
okay,
show it, make sure it's on the video.
Okay, awesome. Oh yeah, I got it, or the recording for this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for your patience. We thank you for taking this extended time. Please plead my case for me when Gina says you went over.
We did. We're only by 8 minutes. We're okay.
Yes. Okay. So we thank you so much for your time. Again, if you have any questions that was not answered here tonight, please get with the person that invited you to the opportunity, and they can get you either the answer to that or the resource in which to find your answer. We thank you again. You guys have a great evening. Great, Yolanda. And thank you, Michael.
Thank you,
and Lisa,
Felice.
for coming on too. Okay. Good night,
Thanks,
everybody.
Michael. Thanks, Lisa.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Have a good night.